Okay, so the final part of this training is the report side, and everything we do, though we've been checking the reports to see how our transaction affects and updates our reports, but here we're going to look at the reports properly. What are the type of reports that the system needs to show us if we are to check it? Now this is an accounting software, and the reports are huge. Like if you click reports now, you see that there are a lot of information around reports. So just for you to choose the one that you need, because you may not be able to need, you will not need all the reports. Now from the first one, the first major report you need is your sales, because you look at the summary of your sales and all that. Summary of your sales will show you all the products that you have sold, the amount and all that. So when you go to sales, you can check your sales report by customer. What that means is that it will show you all the sales you've made and the customer that you actually sold that product to and all that. So that is very important. So sales by customer summary will show us, you can see all the sales you made and the customer that that product was bought from and all that. So here you will see it. Now the other part here is the date. Sometimes you might want to check your sales reports by period, this month to date, then you can check this week, today, this month and all that. So here you will to drill down your sales. Some will say, oh, let's see the sales this quarter. You can also use that to check that and all that. So we have this week, this month and other report period. So if you go down again to your reports, you can also see your sales by item. Sales by item will show you all the amount you've made and the actual products that you sold. That's the product that brought in that sales. So if you click that, it will show you sales by item. Since we only have one item on the system, which is crude oil, so you will see that is the only amount, that's the only product that the system will display here. Here we can even see our cost of goods, so you can even see your gross profit margin and all that. Now the other sales you can check again is our sales by rep. Some businesses will have marketer, and they will ask this marketer, go and make a sale. Now whenever they make a sale, you can record that invoice and attach that invoice to a marketer, so that anytime you want to check a sale, you can see all the sales brought in by that marketer. So that's sales by rep. So this will show you the sale you made and the rep that brought in that sale. So an other type of sale. Then another important area you can look at is your purchases. As you're making purchases, you can also see how they reflect in your reports. Now let me quickly run down on how to make a purchase on the system. Now the way we make a purchase is not different from how we enter our bill. The only difference now is that whenever you want to select what you're paying for, you need to select whether it's an expense or an item. Let me explain. Let's assume that we want to make additional purchase of crude oil and maybe we don't have enough in store. Now if the transaction is by cash, I explained that if it's by cash you use write check, if it's on credit you use enter bill. So you come to write check, now on this write check window, now instead of selecting expenses which you have been selecting, you select item. Now when you select item here, you can see this is where you now select the crude oil. That means that is what you want to buy. So in making your purchases, you ask yourself, is it on credit or cash, depending on whichever one you are doing. Then you come to the system and enter it. It's very, very important for us to know that. So even though we don't really need it by now, but we need to know how to record purchases in our system. So like I said, you ask yourself, is it a credit purchase or a cash purchase? If it's a credit purchase, you use enter bill. When you select enter bill, then you click item under this menu. Instead of clicking expenses, you select item. But if it's a cash purchase, you use write check. So let's go on with the report. Now another important section of our report is inventory. Inventory shows us a report of how we have been selling our stock and all that. So here we'll come to inventory valuation. Here to show us the stock that we have, the quantity on hand and the value. Here it's telling us now that we have 938 barrels of crude oil. Average cost is 6,000. So 938 times 6,000 will give us 5,628,000 naira and all that. So if you want to check how you arrive at 938, if we started with 1,000 barrels, you double click on this particular quantity here. If you double click on that quantity, then to show us the movement of this stock, we call it stock movement. At the beginning we had 1000 barrels, we sold 10, remaining 990, then we sold another 50, 940, then we sold one and one again. So the balance we have is 938 barrels of crude oil. That's how you check your stock reports. Now, a very important part of reports is what we call the company snapshot. Let's say you want to look at the overall company as a whole. Oh, how are we doing? What's our account balance like? You select company snapshots. This is how I got to company snapshots. This is how I got there. You go to reports, you go to reports, you select company snapshots. Yeah, this company snapshot is a very vital part of this report, and I'm going to take my time to explain this company snapshots. This is like, oh, in management you don't have time, you want to check how you're doing in less than 5 minutes. Let me just have an overview of this business. Now the first area is income and expense trend. The income is green, the expense is in, I think this is orange and all that. Now you can see that it compares how much you are earning and the expenses you are incurring. Even without anyone telling you, you will telling you that from here you will see that expense is much. You understand? So even you without looking at the figure, so in less than seconds, you've already seen, wow, we're actually spending more. So if you have used it for months, you will see the trends over month, and that will tell you whether you are spending much or not. Then you can see this year to date, this month, this quarter, and all that. So you can even drill down by periods. Here, previous year income comparison. It's telling you that this year, look at how much you have made. Last year, look at how much you have made. Some business, they've been making money every year, but when you look at it in terms of years, you see that maybe they are going up or coming down. As an instance, maybe in 2017 they made 5 million naira. Last year they may make 10 million naira. Last 2 years they may make 15 million naira. You can see automatically it's coming down. So if you look at previous year income comparison, automatically it will just tell you whether your income is growing or is coming down. So that chart is very, very important. Look at the next trend: customers who owe you money. This is a very important area. So without you calling for report, you can see who is owing you money from this section here. Very, very important. Now you can also see your account balances, all your accounts and their balances. You can also check here. Oh, we have Access Bank, Savings and Current, Diamond Bank, EcoBank. So all the account head that has balances, you can also check them out from this section. Here you see top customers by sale. That is telling you the customer that is buying more from you. Like here now, you see the customer that is buying more from us. Then you can even drill down by month. You can drill down by quarter and all that. The way we have previous year income comparison, that's also how we have previous year expense comparison. Your expenses can also be growing year by year or coming down year by year. That leads us to expense breakdown. Now expense breakdown now will tell us where we are spending most of our money. It's very important. As a business owner, if you don't know where you're spending most of your money, you realize that you may be making loss. But if where you're spending your money is what is driving you to make money too, you know that, wow, I'm not wasting money. For instance, if we look at this and say, oh, most of the money we are spending are for purchase of goods and services, we can't say we'll stop buying, because that's also where we'll sell. But if we are spending more money on transportation and we see that we are not getting anything in return from that area, all we need to do is cut down expenses. So that's what this expense breakdown tells you. You can even drill down too and check for periods, this year, this quarter to date. You know where you are spending most of your money. If the same expense head that is eating your money this month is also what is eating your money this quarter, this year, last month, you know that you need to cut that expenses down, especially if it's not driving revenue for you. So that's how you check. So that's how to use company snapshots. We also have the customer section too. From this section, the customer section here will help you to see all your transactions with a particular customer. All that also very important. When you go there, the first thing that appears is customer. So when I select ABC Limited, it will show me all the transactions I've had with ABC Limited. For instance, it will tell me number of years the person has been a customer. It will tell me average days it takes the person to pay. Whenever I create an invoice, it will tell me if there's any balance, it will tell me if there's any credit with that customer, and also it will tell me all the sales summary with that customer. Oh, how much have I sold to the customer last year and how much am I selling to the customer this year. Then you will see all the recent invoices and you see your sales history. So everything is just for this customer. Then you can see all the recent payments made by that customer and all the items the customer is buying more. So every information about that customer appears under this section. Then if I want to check for another customer, I will come here and select for another customer too. You can see to show me all the customer. So this is very important for you to check. So company snapshot is like, I want to just see how my business is doing. You understand? Let me just see, oh, is my income increasing on an annual basis, or are my revenue coming down? Is my expenses going up or is it coming down? What's my actual account balances? Who is owing me money? Yes. So we have the payments too. Under the payment section, you can also check your transaction with your vendor and all that. So that's how you can check your company snapshot. Then another area in our report is our profit or loss. The profit or loss will show you your income and expenses. Then it will match them and tell you whether you are making money or not. So profit and loss is also very important. If you don't have a way to check your profit and loss, indirectly something may be happening to your business and you will not know. Your business may even be doing well and you will not know that it's doing well. Your business will be going down, but profit and loss will also show you that too. So look at our P&L. So here we'll see our P&L, all the money we have earned, all the expenses we have incurred, and whether we are making profits or not. Then in this report too, we have what we call previous year income comparison. What previous year income comparison does for you is that you can compare your profit and loss this year against last year. That's what previous year income comparison does. That's profit or loss previous year comparison. So here to show you what you're making this year against what you made last year. Then to show you the change. So here you can look at each of the line of your profit and loss. How much did you make this year in our profit and loss? How much did you make last year? How much did you spend on this account this year? How much did you spend last year? So when you compare, it will show you your um, accounts. So that means I am actually growing, because the change here will tell you whether you're growing or not. If there is an increase in your sale, the system will pick it here. Oh, your sale increased by 20%. If there is decrease in your profit, it will tell you the profit decreased by this percent. So with that, you can be able to compare what we are doing now and what we did last year, so that you know whether you're growing or not. So that is the profit and loss comparison. Then we have our balance sheet too. If you go to your balance sheet will just show you the position of your business. Here you will see your assets, you will see your liabilities, you will see your capital. So very important too. You know how much you are actually worth as a business owner. So yeah, that's what your balance sheet does. And in customizing this too, because it's balance sheet does not mean it will remain like this. You can also change this name. This is how to format a report. Very important. Assuming I want to change this name from balance sheet, because the recent one now is statement of financial position. So you can change this name, and this is how to change this name. You go to customize reports. If you click that balance sheet, you go to customize reports. Let me go back again. On this, you can just choose anyone. You just click on it direct. You don't have to right click. Yes. So on this section now, you just click customize reports. Just look at me. Customize reports. When you click customize reports here, you'll see header and footer. When you click header and footer, then you'll see that report title balance sheet. So I don't want to use that balance sheet. What I want to do is statement of financial position. Then I will click OK. You can see it has changed. So it's now statement of financial position and all that. It has changed. So you can change that name to statement of financial position. Even our profit and loss too, you can change it to statement of financial position. Now if you change this particular report, if you close this like this, if you come back next time, you will see balance sheet again. So to make this statement of financial position permanent, this is how to do it. On this particular statement of financial position, after you have finished entering it, you will click on memorize. Just click OK from your own system here. Yes, it has changed now. Then you click memorize on this heading. When you click memorize, here. So here now, then you click OK. So the name of that particular report now is statement of financial position. Now let's, if you close this now, how do we go back to it? To get back to this report, you come to reports. If you come back to reports here, you will see under this section here, memorize reports. Go off, memorize reports. This is it. No, under reports. Under reports here. Yes. Yes. Then memorize report. You can see statement of financial position here. So you just click it directly. So we, so let me, so statement of financial position. So if I if I click reports, so you can see the name. So what I've done is that what I did is that I changed the name. So I call it statement of financial. Though if I go to balance sheet, we will still call it, but because of the title, because we no longer use balance sheet again, so you use statement of financial. Yes. If you click it, this is it, and all that. So anytime you want to go back to this report, just go to statement of financial position. You don't have to go to balance sheet. If you go to balance sheet, what will be appearing here will be balance sheet. So what you have done is that you have changed the name and create a shortcut for it. So you don't have to change the name again. The same thing for your profit and loss. If you go to your profit and loss now, here now, profit and loss. Normally we don't call it profit and loss again. We call it statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income. So here we go to memorize. To go to your profit and loss. Yeah. Yes. No, it's called profit and loss. Hmm? But we want to change the name, just the way we did for our balance sheet too. So you memorize it here and call it statement of profit or loss and other. So statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income. And all that. So that's how to change it. So even for other reports too, even for other reports too, that's how you change the name. Maybe you want to, maybe you don't want to use sales, you want to use of crude oil. You just need to memorize the report and change the name and all that. So sorry, no, this one is the old one you opened. Have you saved it? You go to reports, memorize reports. You can see here. So if you click this now, you can see. So anytime you change, you can just cancel the other one, then go back to that report. It will show there. So here now you can check other type of reports. So these are different type of reports you can check on this system. So what you can do is you can explore more of these reports. Like here we have the accountant and tax. This is where you can check your trial balance. Yeah, under the accountant and tax section and all that. So here you can check your trial balance here. So you can check your trial balance on the system. This is your trial balance. Now there's also another report that shows us all our deleted transactions. Anytime you delete a transaction into the QuickBooks, there's a report that tracks those transactions. Anytime you change a figure, there's a report that does that. We call it Audit Trail. If someone entered a transaction for maybe he made a mistake, instead of entering 500, he entered 5,000. He now changed it back to 500. An audit trail will capture those transactions. It will capture the former transaction, the new one, and the person that made that change. So that is what we call audit trail. So this is the audit trail. Audit trail is under accountant and tax. When you go to reports, accountant and tax, you will see audit trail and all that. Yes. You go to accountant and tax, you will see audit trail, yes. So you see audit trail and all that. And see there's a transaction we deleted before. You can see it's that deposit deleted. Do you understand? So if any transaction that has been deleted, it will show you deleted. And it will tell you the name of the person that deleted it. If there's a multi-user, to show you the person that deleted that transaction. So this is how to explore the reports in QuickBooks and all that. Now, other things you can do in QuickBooks again is that you can combine reports from multiple companies. Assuming we have Orient Petroleum, we have other companies too that are created, maybe petrochemical company and all that, and you want to combine their report together, you can also combine that together. When you go to reports, you click combine reports. When you click combine reports here, it will show you. When you click combine reports here, you're able to pick. Sorry, we'll go to reports. This is combine reports. So if you combine reports, this is the current company we're working on. So if I want to add additional company, all I need to do is click add files. When I click add file, it will ask me the company that I want to add. So this will show me the list of the company on my system and all that. So because we only have one company, so if you have multiple companies, this is how you add your company. Then the system will ask you which reports do you want to combine. It can be balance sheet, it can be a profit and loss and all that. This may be like you want to prepare a group account for the two companies, so you can combine the report of two companies together. Now when you do that, what the system will do is that it will show you a column for one company, column for the second company, and total, which is combination of the two companies. So because this particular feature is only available in this version, a lower version cannot do that and all that. So it's only in this version that you can do that if you have multiple companies that you are using. So that is everything we need to know. So you can explore other type of reports that we have in QuickBooks, all that. So like I said, the reports are self-explanatory. By the time you go to each report, you will see their name alone will tell you what they represent, and all that. No, it won't. It won't. The only place it will reflect is under your memorized reports. Yes, this is the only place it will change. Yes, you can see it there. That's the only place you change under memorized report. You can add as many reports as you want. They will all show in memorized reports. The essence is the name, because you may not want to use that balance sheet and it's old fashioned. So using this now is better and all that. Now another thing you can do in this report is if you want to export report to Excel. Let's assume you want to export a report to Excel. To export a report to Excel, you can use your Excel. So look at the top of the report here. You will see Excel. If I click Excel now, so I'm trying to export my trial balance to Excel, it will ask me create new worksheet. So if I click create new worksheet, let's assume we want to do this one, this Excel here. So you click the Excel, create new worksheets here. So it will try to launch Excel file in the background. So you click export to Excel. It's coming up. That is it. So if there's any additional customization you want to do, you can continue there and all that. So give it header. So I'm trying to launch my own. The system is slow.